Alright guys, hey, happy Sunday morning. There we go. Came in here this morning to do a quick draft before it closes out for the weekend. Um, did okay the other day, went in and ended up going, I need him. Ended up going, I think it was like 3-3 or something. I was fine with it. Wasn't the greatest draft deck, that's for sure. It was pretty weak. But I wanted to come in and get one more in before the weekend was over. No idea what I want here. This isn't exactly a great pull. Search lobby for a basic land, put it on the battlefield. Put it onto the battlefield. This was kicked. Search for 2 basic lands and put them onto the battlefield. Not put them on the battlefield tapped, just put them onto the battlefield. There's a lot of value there. Kamal's Druidic Vow. Look at the top X cards, put any number of lands or legendary permanents, as long as they cost X or less. Some value there. There's also some value to Goblin Barrage. But it's artifact or goblin specific. Not great in a draft situation. This really probably isn't either, if I'm being honest. Come to think about it, the only reason I grabbed Hellar with Firefletcher is because I kind of wanted him specifically. So, as I'm looking at the 2 cards, probably not ideal. I may go ahead and shift strategy. There's some blue, there's some white. The Artificer's Assistant isn't terrible. Arcane Flight's normally pretty good. Let's go with the Knight. And I may just call those 2 cards a wash, or I could potentially go green-white. There's no telling. Let's see. Store, tap an opponent creature, destroy artifact or an enchantment. Got some good red stuff in here. No, I don't. Actually, Fiery Intervention's not terrible. It's an old lava axe, basically, 5 for 5. But this one gives you the option to also destroy an artifact. Pierce the Sky, not great in draft, really. Power Stone, go either way with it. Not hideous, not amazing, though. But I don't really like my white or green or red. I mean, I guess there's a chance that I could pull a Saga card. It's like I don't know. I don't like the Power Stone, really. It's too bland. It's too bland for draft. You know, let's go with the Advent Trapper. At least that one's sticking in white. And Lich's Mastery up there. Seen this card. Not sure how I feel about it yet. Just because I have seen enchantment removal. So that kind of... No, it is hexproof, though. No telling. Might be a good card. I haven't seen it played, though. And I don't think a draft situation is going to be ideal for it. Whenever you lose life, for each 1 life lost, exile a permanent card you control or a card from your hand or graveyard. Well, it's also 3 black, which is terrible in draft, and you just don't want that. That's not hideous. Rescue. There's not a lot of creatures in here. Let's go with the Llanowar Envoy. At least keep it in green and white for right now. Get you Lava Runner, get you Journey Mage, Rampaging Cyclops. Rampaging Cyclops is bad 4/4 for 4 if you can get him to hit the board early enough. We'll take Servant. It's a historic because it's an artifact. The Journey Mage is too dependent on having other mages, and right now that's not a thing. With the Lava Runner. Slyn Voda, the Rising Deep. It's actually a pretty cool card. This kicker makes him cost 10 though. Now, granted, it does empty the board. Sparring Construct. Yeah, that's a solid card, right? We got a lot of creatures. We'll go ahead and grab that charge. Not bad. Whenever you cast a historic, get +1/+1 till end of turn. Not terrible there. The 1/1 flyer, first striker for 1. Kind of hard to go wrong, honestly. That was my cat. Primordial Worm is 6 for a 7/6. Some draft games go longer than others. I will grab that Pivot off of my desk. Not even sure if she's on stream or not, but not seeing a bunch of other red stuff, that's for sure. There's that Keldon Warcaller again. I think I'm going to go with Gaia's Blessing, though. Skirk Protector, considering what my options are. Alright, moving into pack 2. That first pack was weird. So, let's see. You got Kazarov, Singular Pureblood. Actually, I have one of him. I want to do something with him. I don't know what yet. Sage of Latinam. That's blue, though. Song of Fraelise. That's probably going to be what I go with. Howling Golem, Healing Grace, Relic Runner, Academy Drake, Unwind, Syncopate, Wing Grace Acolyte, Keldon Overseer, Fiery Intervention, Baloth Gorger. That's a 4/4 for 4, and then you can kick it for 4 more colorless and give it 2 or 3 +1/+1 counters. If it had maybe Trample or Reach or Vigilance or something, I'd be more inclined. And then Azther Glider. I don't know how to pronounce that. I think I'm going to go with Song of Fraelise. It fits the build a little bit better. Got a Land of War Scout down here. That's not terrible. Also got Danitha Capuchin Paragon. Their shaved sides of her head. Warcry Phoenix. 2/2 Flying Haste. It's in red though. It looks like I seem to have firmly seated myself in green and white. But I guess there's really not really locked into anything yet. That Warcry Phoenix is a little bit tempting because my other options are, well, Danith is not bad. They got a dub here. +2/+2 first strike and as a knight. As an aura enchantment. Alright, Danith the Capuchin is a 2/2 first strike vigilance lifelinker. Makes auras and equipment cost less. Don't have any of that at the moment. The Warcry Phoenix is a 2/2 flyer with haste. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you can pay 3. If you do, return it to the battlefield at tapped and attacking. That's really not bad. Go with the Warcry Phoenix. Green, we've got a Land War Envoy and a Pierce the Sky. Red, you got a Fire Elemental and a Flame of Keld. Flame of Keld is the one that makes you discard your hand. It's good, and I think I'd actually tried it in my red deck wins. And then we got a Call of the Cavalry and Sergeant at Arms. That's something in here that does something with kickers. At least I thought I did. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't something I grabbed. Oh, Halar. Yeah, Halar I think is going to end up taking the bench. Gonna go with the Sergeant at Arms. Another Warcry Phoenix up there. And then we've got an Excavation Elephant over here. 4 mana for a 3/5. Take it for additional white and 1. You can bring an artifact back. Navigator's Compass, another Warcry Phoenix. And I get to Journey Mage. Much heavier in green and white at the moment. But honestly, it looks like I'm just heavier in green. Not really heavy in anything. Since I'm not really paying much mind to artifacts at the moment. Or historics, period. I mean, I guess I could go hard in on artifacts and then focusing on white with the Diabin Trapper and the Sarah Disciple, but just 2 cards to do that doesn't seem to make sense. I think the Phoenix is going to serve me better there. Another Baloth Gorger, green, another charge in white. Get you Journey Mage in red, Champion of Flame in red. None of those are really that appealing, honestly. I don't have anything aura-wise to make the Champion of Flame worth a crap. I don't really want another charge. Maybe I do, though. Charge isn't bad. Baloth Gorger, 4/4/4 isn't hideous either, but that double green, though. And then there's a Navigator's Compass. And then there's nothing else I see just in here that I would just snatch up. It's like, we'll just scrap that. I don't see anything I like. So, I don't like any of this. Grab the charge. Oof. Mending of Dominaria. That's almost definitely going to be it. Then there's also Shauna, Sisei's Legacy. She gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. Very potentially potent. Tragic Poet. Return an enchantment from your graveyard to your hand. Guardian of Kolios. Again, I'm not dealing with a lot of historics right now. Maybe the oh, then there's the Agent Animus. +1/+1 counter on a creature you control if it's a legendary. Don't have any legendaries in here as of yet, other than Halar. We're gonna go with the Mending of Dominaria. Got another Sarah Disciple, and a Broken Bond in here. It's white and green. Warlord's Fury, and a Gitu Lava Runner in red. Things are looking thick in the green and white. I guess technically, for all intents and purposes, having a 1/1 flying first striker isn't bad. And I've got... Yeah, I've already got Mending of Dominaria and Song of Freyalise, which are considered historic. And I'm gonna have to switch it and end up going all in on white, I think. Well, there's the excavation element, but also there's Marwyn the Nurturer. Whenever another elf enters the battlefield, give her +1/+1 counter. You can tap her to add a green for each counter she's got. Yeah, she just seems like a solid pick. Oof. Nothing in here. Go with the Keldon Overseer. It's a 3/1 with haste for 3. If you kick him, he basically turns into a hijack on a stick. Llanowar Scout. Not even any white cards here. Flame of Keld. Yeah, see, I just don't. I'm gonna go with the fire. Yeah, double red though. That's painful. Actually, that may end up getting the Mending of Dominaria cut. That double green and the casting cost, because that's hurtful. Flame of Keld isn't going to do me any favors in here. We're going to go with the Fire Elemental. Don't have to play it, obviously. Excavation Elephant, Cold Water Snapper, and a Hidden Grace. Alright, third pack. Starting out with a Tempest Gen right on top. +1/+0 for each basic island you control. Specifically island, not just basic land. One of the things I noticed about it. Could be interesting, like a blue artifact deck or something, but I don't see any use in it. Got a Sarah Angel, Slyn Voda again. Got a Memorial to War. Uncommon, non-basic land. Comes into play tap though, which is a big no-no for me. I mean, I still play those cards, but I don't like them. Grow from Ashes, we'll grab that. That's the second one of that one there. Hey, Grun the Lonely King. Ape Warrior. Double green though. Oof. Come on, guys. Jeez. Moral to Unity. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them. Put it in your hand, the rest on the bottom. Hey, that's not too terrible. It comes into play tapped though, so. Another Grow from Ashes, a Fervent Strike, Keldon Warcaller. I'm gonna go with Grun. I may be able to switch this into mono green. Adventurous Impulse and an Untamed Kavu. Let's go with the Kavu. Now here we've got some real choices. Dauntless Bodyguard right on top. Definitely a good card. Being able to give another creature indestructible, especially in draft. The Avanant Trapper, but I kind of veered away from white. I've got a good bit of green in here, realistically. There's some red, but like my red option on this page is a Bloodstone Goblin. Not a bad card. There's other kicker stuff in here, so there's also an adventurous impulse though, and I think that's probably going to be the better direction. I don't know how many. What do we got? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Doesn't really count, but 19, 20, 21. 21 out of 32 cards, so a little over a third creatures. Got quite a few things in green that get kicked. It's also a Call of the Cavalry. It's not a bad card overall. Another Sergeant at Arms too. Creature or land. Put it in your hand. Yeah, that was kind of... We'll go with that one. Another Bloodstone. Another Land of War Scout as well. I've got one of them already. So grabbing a second one is another trigger for Marwyn. Plus I've got a Land of War Envoy, and if nothing else, that may just be an elf for Marwyn. Bloodstone Goblin. Another Sergeant at Arms too. Go with the elfy guy. Fungal Plot. That actually might work in this scenario. But I think I like the Mammoth Spider better. Wild Onslaught or Gaia's Protector. Or Dub or a Seismic Shift. Seismic Shift is not nice. That's a very mean card in draft. That's an instant speed too. But I'm gonna go with the Protector. There's this a Gift of Growth. Orcish Vandal. If I'd gone a little harder into the artifacts, I might have considered that. Go with the Gift of Growth. Oof. Nothing good here. Tragic Poet. That's about it. Let's go with the Tragic Poet. Memorial to Unity, Rescue, Divest, Fervent Strike, Pierce the Sky. Go Fervent Strike. And then here we'll go Adventurous Impulse. Another Mammoth Spider, just because. Alright, now to start paring some of this stuff down. So, the first thing that I do is get the cards out that are definitely hard nose. So the Memory to Folly, the Coldwater Snapper, the Final Parting, that drops me down to green, white, and red, which I still need to pare down from there. $19 green, 11 white, 7 red in so far. It's almost playable by itself with a little bit more mana. I don't know if it'd be any good, obviously. So that one's for historics. Realistically, even though I really wanted to go in hard on red, if I just pull the red out, 19 green, 11 red with 19 creatures in. Take out the Sparring Construct, which that man I'm going back in. It's not a bad, just a good card in there. Even if it's nothing but a placeholder. Oops, crap. Take out the excavation element, a little bit expensive. Not going to use the kicker because I've got one artifact. And then, let's see. Don't necessarily need both of the Grow from Ashes. That may be an argument to splash red back in. If I did that, I'd probably dump the Primordial Worm. There's 12 non-creatures in here, so let's get rid of the Healing Grace for starters. Two Grow for Ashes, or Grow from the Ashes, plus a Gaia's Blessing, plus 2 Adventurous Impulses. I'm going to be finding stuff for days. Let's take out the Gaia's Blessing. Gift of Growth is actually pretty solid. Still got 17 green, 8 white. I'm telling you, I could about here just take all the white out and just go all in on green. Almost. Not quite. Almost. What I may end up doing, though, instead... And it may not even work, but I might give it a shot regardless. Take out Sergeant at Arms. Take out Grund. Actually, no. I do want to leave him in, put him back in. The 2 Warcry Phoenixes, and let's see, he's got a kicker. I didn't grab that Bloodstone Goblin. He's got a kicker too. Maybe trying to do too many things. It's a bad habit I have. Grow from Ashes to pull basic lands out as I need them. I have 44 cards though. I only need to pull 4 more cards. But realistically, they all need to be green. Got 2 reds, that's it. Now I got 2 reds and then Halar. Yeah, because I don't have much else in the way of red that's worth having, honestly. Which actually really leads me to taking the reds back out. Let's take out... Take out one of the Mammoth Spiders, put the Sergeant at Arms back in. balance out the white a little more. It's still very heavy green. Still have a lot of non-creature cards too. I've only got 15 and 9. 15 creatures, 9 non. Um, let's pull a Gift of Growth. No. Let's pull the Mending of Dominaria, actually, because that's a double green anyway. And hopefully that mute switch worked this time. There's no way for me to tell. I don't know how much I need the song now that I'm thinking about it. No, yeah, you know what? Come to think about it. Well, 2 charges, a Gift of Growth. The song. Grow from Ashes. The Grow from Ashes, I don't know how much I need. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull 1. Leave 1 in there still. Put the Mammoth Spider back in. 15 and 8. I've got 16 creatures, 7 nons. All right. Let's see what this looks like. All right. Don't like having him in my opening hand for obvious reasons. This isn't a bad kickoff. I think we'll go ahead and keep it. 2 white, green, couple of the 2 Sarah Disciples. Llanowar Scout and Grun the Lonely King. See how this thing starts off. Drop a white. Drop a green. And an Elfie Boy. Llanowar Scout. 2 mana. He's a 1/3. Put a land on the board. Hey, look, he's doing the same thing. Spiffy. But this, now, I'll be able to do that. Tap him. Drop that extra land. And now I can throw both of the Sarah Disciples on board. 1/1 flyers with first strike. Little bit of an advantage there. Got a Cable or Cabal Evangel out. Just a vanilla 2/2. But 2/2 for 2, it's, you know, solid. Another land there. New Knight of Benalia. And I'm gonna send both the birds overhead. I've basically dumped my whole hand on turn 5, I think. Oh. He conceded. That's weird. Okay, moving along then. Obviously, I don't know what he had in his hand. He may have had an absolute garbage hand and not been able to do anything with it. But especially in a draft situation, you know, you never know what you're gonna pull. You don't know what how your deck's flowing because you're not sitting there playtesting it. Could be hot garbage too. He dropped a swamp. I'm gonna start out with the Adventurous Impulse. Grab Morrowind over here. Ooh, Knight of Grace right off the rip. That's painful. Got another swamp, and he's coming at me with a 2/2 first striker. And putting a Cable Evangel down as well. Let's go Forest. Kabu takes a little bit more to kick. Activate the Scout to put that other planes down. Go for the song. This is going to be painful. No blockers. First strike damage, main damage. Ooh, and a Cabal Paladin. Now this is going to give me a, what would that be, a 5/5 Trampler with Vigilance. Which is a respectable threat on the board. But then again, he may have a Cast Out in his hand. He may have a Sealed Away. Well, Sealed Away won't do anything. Cast Out will. Yeah, he's just coming for the face. We're gonna stop the Pro Roll Whiter first. I don't know. What he's got going on there. Not much, it would seem. No, another Knight of Malice. Everybody's got Vigilance and Indestructible this turn. Sweet. And since they've all got Vigilance and Indestructible, I'm just gonna swing out. It's only 8 damage. Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna take it. But now I've got a bit of a better force built up to defend myself. Still might not matter. I may still end up taking a serious whomping. Let's do blocks. Do that. We'll do that and that, and I'll take 2, unless he's got something crazy in his hand, which he might, because I haven't. No, that gave him first strike, and I'm a dumbass for not paying attention. Mammoth Spider. He no longer has Vigilance, but he still does. So we're gonna move into combat. Send 6 damage his way. Phyrexian Scriptures. Take 2 damage to the dome. +1/+1 counter on target creature. Creature has an artifact. Second one destroys all. Well, isn't this going to get weird? Because I have no way of shutting him down. Other than swinging out, and when he blocks. Oh, that worked out better than expected. Alright, well, I'm 2-0 right now. Let's go in for one more, and I'll take a break. Alright. Doing pretty good with the mana balance this morning. I haven't had anything too disastrous pop up. Probably should drop that white first. Gotta white the green down, throw down the Knight of Nubenalia. Looks like they've got a black and a white down. Play the Disciple that way when I throw the song down next turn. I can I'll get the +1/+1 for the Disciple. Dauntless Bodyguard. I'll go ahead and take that in the dome. Second Cabal Evangel. Should have made sure that the Trapper was down too. Messed that up. And I'm gonna play the Tragic Poet though. Two in the air. I'll go ahead and take the 6. Alright, we'll start out there. He's got a 4/5 with Menace on board. That's a little bit worrisome. For the sake of being able to play the creature. Go in the air again. This is where it's going to get weird. It looks like he's just splashing white and red. Barely. Yeah, it's going to get weird because I'm going to take it. I don't know that he was expecting that. Alfie Scout guy. Go into combat. Take to the air. Oh, everything's got vigilance and indestructible this turn. So actually, I'm just going to swing out and either let him take a ton of damage or lose a bunch of creatures. Looks like he's going to take a ton of damage. Yeah. I'm swinging out. All right, blocks. Let's put, how do I want to do this? Yeah, because I got to block pretty much everything. Ah, that sucks. Put that there. Put that there because he's going to activate. Put that there. Put that there. Block. Yep, saw that coming. Survey says he's got a blocker. Oh, he's got another blocker out, and he can actually return. He doesn't have the 10, so I don't see what the relevance there is, but that's also fine. Oof, that won't quite work. I guess I could play the. No, that won't work either. Just gonna have to play the Trapper. Don't have a mana in my hand. Can't swing out. Because that spider doesn't have trample. And even if he plays Josuves again, I don't know. Well, no, because then if I play the Historic next turn, that'll get my bird +1/+1. It really kind of all comes down to what he's got in his hand and what kind of shenanigans he's going to try and pull right now. Shenanigans? Shenanigans. That's not shenanigans. That so doesn't count as shenanigans. Playing the Song of Freyalise, tap that, give that +1, combat, swing with the bird, and that's game. That was kind of a close one though, that's for sure. Alright, I'm 3-0 in the draft. I'm going to cut the stream off here because I still don't know how to pause it. Somebody tell me if I'm doing something wrong. I'll see you guys in a few minutes.